Hey everybody, it's Debbie Meighan with Washington Fine Properties, and I am here today with my good friend and one of my preferred home inspectors, Larry Hayes. Larry?
Thank you, Debbie. I'm glad to be here with you. As Debbie said, my name's Larry Hayes. I'm with Phase Systems Home Inspections. Been in the business here in Northern Virginia and majority Loudoun County for 19 years. It's been a privilege working with Debbie, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about the home inspection process today.
Yeah, Larry, as you know, the market's been crazy for real estate in Loudoun County and all of Northern Virginia, and that's really made it challenging for buyers to get home inspections and still be competitive in this market. So we're going to talk about 3 different ways that you can retain an inspection and still be competitive in this market. And the first way, well, really the first and second way are a little bit similar. You can either write your contract to have a home inspection with right to void, which means that you're getting a home inspection done, but you're not going to be able to negotiate any repairs. So it's kind of a take it or leave it situation. The second way is doing a home inspection that is not contingent, but you're still able to do one, and you're able to the seller will grant access to a home inspector to come in. So what would be involved if you did one of those types of inspections?
Well, Debbie, as far as the process itself goes, it doesn't change for me as a home inspector. I just have to go in understanding that those are the stipulations of the contract. With that being said, I would still go through all my main functional components: electrical, mechanical, structural, plumbing elements, just general conditions of the home in general. And then we would come out of that process with a detailed list, just like in a contingent home inspection, but it would be more of a punch list for the buyer in knowing that they were going to have to take some things on their own, being the fact non-contingent owner's not going to do most likely any repairs for them. So it doesn't change my process much, other than knowing the fact of the stipulation of the contract. We still go about dissecting the home as much as we possibly can for the prospective buyers.
Yeah, it's such a nice tool to have, and I like when a home inspector does put together that nice list at the end, or sometimes it's at the beginning. It really makes it easier for both the buyer and the buyer's agent.
Yeah, I think it's very vital if you can still get at least that form of inspection at this point. It's tough to even get that nowadays, but when you can, it's definitely a good thing to have.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely will try to get the home inspection with right to void first. If I feel like it's a little bit too competitive, I will then opt to do the non-contingent. It's still a good protection for the buyer to at least have that information, and they don't have to feel quite so nervous about making that offer.
Absolutely. I found it as a good tool. Mm-hmm. Same thing for the buyer and the buyer's comfort.
Okay.
For sure.
So the third way that you can get a home inspection done is doing the pre-offer kind of walk and talk, and Phase does offers this service. So we're going to give you a little demo of what that's like.
Yeah, basically, Debbie, what I would do with a walk and talk is come with the prospective buyers to a showing on the property and have a limited amount of time, because there's only so much time given for those showings. Could be half hour, could be up to an hour maybe. So the main thing is finding out the main functional conditions of the home. So the first place I would go to would be the furnace room. I'd like to get down here and I'd like to find our heating and cooling unit or units, try and determine an age on them and just get a general feel for how they look condition-wise. Trying, same thing, to give the client, the prospective purchaser, some peace of mind. Try and give them an example of how things function. This house will be on a well and septic system, so we have well water components and things right here. I would explain water shutoff valves and all of that in detail to them, trying to get as much in as possible. And then we would want to find other main components, i.e. electric panels, water heaters, things like that, which in this particular home would lead us around into this room. And Debbie would be right there with us the whole time, and probably pointing out a lot of other, aesthetic and nice features to the home, as well as me doing this function right here. But we have over here, I can tell right away, we have 200 amp service panels. There's 400 amps of capacity in the house, more than enough capacity. Neither one of these boxes is maxed out by any means, and they definitely look like they're in good condition and all standard equipment. This house is about 15 years old, so it's not overly aged, and I'd be able to explain that to the folks too. And then I've also determined that they've got a tankless water heater, newer technology and things along those lines as far as the hot water goes. So we've seen a lot of the big components at this point, which would lead us to the exterior of the home to look at some of those components too.
Yeah, let's go check out the outside. Hey Larry, I think I found the outside units. They're up here for the HVAC.
Yeah, vital components also in the home. This home obviously has 3 zones of heating and cooling, which I'd want to explain in detail to the clients. Basically do the same thing as inside, trying to determine an age on these units, what the general condition of them is like. They're nice big compressors, what have you, but I would get some mechanical information off them just to more enlighten the clients on what we have as far as the compressors go. I would have good vantage points, trying to determine siding types and things like that. We have a hardy plank wall board on here. It's definitely got an architectural roofing shingle, so I'd feel confident in letting the clients know that at 15 years old, as this house is, an architectural shingle should give them some good life still moving forward. Basically, as we've said all along, trying to give our clients some more peace of mind about what they're getting themselves into and any potential pitfalls or what have you that may be there.
Yeah, obviously the pre-offer inspection isn't ideal, but it gives you a little bit of something, and sometimes that's all you're going to get. But it is a way that you can have a professional and licensed home inspector into your transaction while not giving up any of your competitive edge.